In this video, we'll be factoring using what we call the guess and check method when we have a polynomial of the form 6x squared minus 11x minus 10. Now, as we did before, we should always check to make sure that there isn't a GCF that we can remove from all three terms. Because if there is, we should do that first. But if I look at 6, negative 11, and negative 10, I see that there is no common factor that I could remove from all three terms. What I do know is that when I factor this, I'm going to have a polynomial, or a factored polynomial, that looks something like this. I'll have two binomials being multiplied together. And they'll take the form of something times x plus something else times x plus or minus something. Now, I don't know if it's going to be addition in both brackets, but I'm just going to write that down here for now. What I do know is that I need the first two numbers in these binomials to multiply to give me 6x squared. So what I'm going to try are 2x and 3x. So if I do that, I know that I would get 2x times 3x is 6x squared. The second thing I need to look at is I need two numbers that multiply to give me 10, but in this case, negative 10. So what comes to mind is 2 and 5. Now, I'm not sure if I have this 2 and 5 placed in the right bracket, but I need to guess and check and see if that's going to work. What I do know is that one of them will need to be negative. I'm not sure which one yet. So I'm going to put my negative here, which means I need to make this one positive, because negative 2 times positive 5 would give me a negative 10. So what I'll need to do is go over on the side and check this out and see if it works. So if I say 2x times 3x, that gives me 6x squared. If I say 2x times 5, that gives me a positive 10x. And if I say negative 2 times 3x, that gives me a negative 6x. And I can stop there. I don't need to continue, because I know that 10x minus 6x is not a negative 11x. So I know this would not be the correct order of these terms. So I'll try a different approach. I'm going to keep 2x and 3x where they were. And I'm going to keep the 2 and the 5 where they were. What I'm going to do this time is I'm going to make this a positive 2. I'm going to make this a negative 5. See if that changes anything. So now I've got 2x plus 2 and 3x minus 5. So I'll try that. If I do that, I'm going to get 6x squared minus 10x plus 6x. And once again, I can stop. So I know now that I've got the 2 and the 5 placed incorrectly, because this again would not give me a negative 11. So I'm going to try one more example where I say 2x, in this case, minus 5. And I'm going to try 3x plus 2 and see if that works. So testing this one, what I find is I have 2x times 3x is 6x squared. I've got 2x times 2, that's 4x. I've got negative 5 times 3, which is negative 15x. And I've got negative 5 times 2, which is negative 10. If I simplify that a little bit further, I'll see that I get 6x squared minus 11x minus 10. And so this would be the correct factor, or factored version, of 6x squared minus 11x minus 10. That's using the guess and check method.